Hi everyone, welcome back to another edition of Cooking with the Library. It's been a little while, but we're happy to be back. Today's recipe, we are about to hit summer. Not today, today's cold, but we're about to hit summer soon. And so we're gonna go back to trying to find recipes that are easy, that don't heat up the kitchen. This one's actually, there's one thing that cooks in the microwave. Other than that, it's completely a no-cook recipe. So we hope you enjoy it. I actually forgot the cookbook today, so I feel bad, but we will use this cookbook again. It's actually from Martina McBride, the legendary country singer. She also happens to be a really great home cook. And so this is her Thai slaw with peanut dressing. So it's like a coleslaw, but it gives you some really different flavors, some Asian flavors I think we're gonna enjoy. So I've done a lot of the legwork. This bowl, it's beautiful, you can see, has about 6 cups of cabbage. It's about half of one big head of cabbage. We have 2 grated carrots. I julienne, which is just a nice way of saying cut into strips, a beautiful red bell pepper. We're getting to that time of the year where we're gonna have so much local produce, and bell peppers grow locally and they're really, really pretty. I also added a bunch of green onions and some cilantro. Now we've talked about cilantro. I know people love it, people hate it. If you don't love it, you could do basil, you could do Thai basil. This is a Thai recipe or a Thai flavored recipe. You could do parsley if you don't like that. So I put all this in here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just be honest with you. If I weren't doing the recipe as it was written, Martina McBride once famously said, talk about your revolution, it's Independence Day. You can revolutionize this recipe and use a slaw mix. It has the cabbage, it has the carrots. You don't have to worry so much because I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a pain in the butt to have to chop up all that cabbage. And that's why mine's really not that shredded. I kind of left it in bigger chunks because it was easier to do that. So feel free to. So all that is already in the bowl. We're gonna add some edamame. This is actually soybean. You can get it frozen and you steam it in the bag. So that's the one thing. It's like 5 minutes. You put it in the microwave and it cooks. We're gonna add about a cup of this. And what I love about this is actually, this is really a good side dish for the summer, but it could also be a really good light lunch because the edamame has tons of protein. It's 10 grams of protein per serving. So this could actually be a nice vegetarian light lunch. So we're gonna add that. It also adds some meatiness to it, which is great. Now we're gonna make our dressing. And yes, it is called peanut dressing, so we have peanut butter. You use whatever kind of peanut butter you want. Y'all know the kind I use, the good kind, the creamy kind, the sugary kind, that's what I used. So we're gonna add some things to it though, and it's gonna really bump it up. So it's not gonna be necessarily like sweet, but it's gonna have some sweetness to it. We're gonna add some sesame oil, toasted sesame oil, and this is really great. This is normally used as a finishing oil, but I actually like to cook with it sometimes. It adds a really nice nutty flavor. We're supposed to add 1 clove of garlic. Y'all know me, and let's just say we're gonna go with, sure, that's 1 clove. We're gonna add some soy sauce. This is gluten-free, low sodium soy sauce, so this recipe is gluten-free for those who have celiac disease, excuse me. We're gonna do some brown sugar. I actually had dark brown sugar at home, so that's what I'm using. I like the darker compared to the light brown sugar. It just has more of that molasses smoky flavor, but you use whatever you have. Light brown sugar, I'm sure would work perfectly fine. We're gonna do some honey. I'm really regretting putting the honey in the bowl first because now I'm gonna have to try to get it out. But this is actually local honey out of South Carolina. There are so many great local honeys. Feel free to use whatever you want. It's about 2 tablespoons. So like I said, there's some sweetness, but that soy is very salty. So you also have a lot of that as well. And now it's everywhere. Like I said, I regret it. And then this is some Sriracha sauce. It says, I think like a teaspoon to taste. So once again, we're gonna go with, sure, that's a teaspoon. And I may add more later. Y'all know I like a little bit of heat with it. The next ingredient is ginger. This is fresh ginger. You get it in that root, you peel it off, or you can cut it off with your knife. They said to grate the ginger. I actually don't like grating ginger. A, again, it's kind of a pain in the butt. And B, I like the big chunks of ginger. I think that that's a nice bite. And it's such a nice flavor. It's got a spiciness to it, but it's also really refreshing. If you ever eat sushi, they use it as like a palate cleanser, because it really does. It kind of, if you have sinus issues, eat some ginger. Clean you up. And then the juice of a lime. So normally I'd use my juicer. Oh, that went everywhere. But remember, limes have no seeds. So we can do it this way. Key limes have seeds, but regular limes do not. So we're gonna whisk all this together, and this becomes the dressing for the coleslaw. So obviously this is very different. You gotta really get in there because that peanut butter sticks. This is obviously very different than a normal kind of traditional Southern coleslaw with mayonnaise and celery salt and all that kind of stuff. But I think you'll like it. I think it's gonna be a great flavor. And it looks weird, and it smells like peanut. It smells like peanut butter, but it has all those other flavors in it, so it's not gonna be necessarily just sweet. It's gonna be very savory. All right, we're gonna mix it up. And I'm sorry, they always tell you you gotta taste. So I am gonna taste just to make sure. Ooh, yeah. Oh, that's good. All right. So now we're gonna put all this around, and we're gonna toss all this together. It is thick, so I get it out of the bowl here. I like these clear bowls. I found them randomly in the lounge, and it's really good for dressing, so you can see what's in them. All right, guys. I'll wipe off real quick here. All right, so I got my tongs, and we're just gonna start mixing this up. And if I get real brave, I'll use the bowl to toss. We'll see. That probably, Angelique, I'm regretting it already just even saying it, because if I make a mistake, it'll be a blooper of the century. Kind of like the food processor. Yeah, with the olive oil. Yes, I think we made internet history that day. All right, so we have mixed all of this up. And it's just like any coleslaw, you're really gonna want to let it sit for a little bit, because it's just gonna let those flavors marry. All right, I think we got it all mixed up. It's beautiful, all those different colors. I love that top of red pepper. All right, yeah, no, not gonna try to toss it. Not gonna try to do that. It would be a major mistake. All right, and then finally, just for a little more texture on top, we just have some roasted peanuts. They say chop them up. I left them like they were. And then some people don't like sesame seeds, so if you don't want to, but a little dash of sesame seeds right on top. And here you have a Thai-flavored slaw with peanut dressing. We hope you guys enjoy another edition with Cooking with the Library. Summer reading is coming up starting May 29th, and yes, the library is open. We're open from 10 to 6 Monday through Thursday, 10 to 2 Friday and Saturday, and starting very soon, we actually have already had some in-person programs, but we are going to try to have at least a semblance of a normal summer reading. We look forward to having you back. Most of our summer reading programs are going to require registration, so visit our website, gastonlibrary.org. You'll see a calendar of events, and usually about a week before the event, it opens up so that you can register for it. We do encourage you to register because we can't guarantee you space if you walk up. We are still trying to keep masks on and social distance while we're doing programs to try to keep everyone safe. But we hope to see you this summer at the library. We're so happy to have summer reading coming back in its full glory. Well, not full glory, but hopefully getting close. And we'll see you next time on Cooking with the Library.